gosh. Ooh, I didn't realize how bad my hair looked.
Looks great. Nobody's on there yet.
Yeah.
And this is, you sort of hand me stuff.
We're just getting prepared.
Okay, are you gonna? Still nobody on there? It's not
Well,
6.
we're a little bit early. Oh, it's 6 o'clock.
It's
Okay.
6.
Well, we could start because people will see it after.
Oh, that's true. They probably don't want to watch us sit here and look at our notes.
I hope I did it right.
Well, it says right here. Hold on. Are you out there? Is
There's
anybody
one.
watching?
Okay. Okay, it is working.
We're confused right now. And now I'm
Did
confused on this.
You were going to look at this.
I did, but I'm
Okay.
going to look at something else
Okay.
now.
All right. There's some
Oh, yeah,
people.
we're on there. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, perfect.
Here, let me see that so I can.
See what?
Your phone.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. That way I can. Ooh, careful! Don't bump that. We'll have
Ooh.
another disaster, like we did
Yeah.
in the wind.
Yeah.
The camera fell off the.
Hey, everybody. Here it is, Monday
Hi,
night
Nancy.
already.
Linda, how are you guys?
Hi, Linda. Hi, Nancy.
Good to see you this
We
evening.
had, where's our rights at? Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We had, man, Kimmy just handed me a sheet.
I know.
So these are the people that got it right last week. We didn't
There's
do
a whole list.
We didn't do very good.
We
at
didn't stump
fooling
anyone.
you. Yeah, no. Gee, many from. So I'm going to read these off here in a minute, but you know, I'm going to wait just a minute.
Yeah, wait for some people to get on there.
We're gonna do a
Hi, Sierra.
special prayer.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Sierra. I want to do a special prayer tonight for someone. I'll explain that in a minute. We're going to wait till more people get on
Hi,
here.
Susan.
We want as many. Hi, Susan, and we have as many people as possible get into it. But I will do the correct guesses. Last week, Shay Schwartz got it right. Frankie Long, Karen on the Hill.
Of course, I don't think Frankie's ever missed
No,
one.
Frankie's never gotten it right. Well, actually, she got it wrong once because she only half guessed.
Oh, is that it?
I didn't give her full credit. Kim Brown got it right. Kira got it right. Susan Osborne got it right. Kevin Reynolds got it right. Lynn Hart got it right. Chelsea Compton got it right. And I had one on somebody on. Kira said, "Say hi to Ralph." We were at Ralph's house that Habitat for Humanity built, and we went and blessed it that day. There was a lot of us there, and some of them were on here, so they just left his house. And what a beautiful program that is.
Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, they go in and build a house. They have volunteers from all the different churches and all different parts of the community, and it's a beautiful program. So we were there blessing the house, and I told Kimmy, what a better place. There's no better place to talk about God's gifts for us, God's blessings to us, and a community that's just wonderful to everybody. So Ralph, I don't know if you're a Facebooker, but he knew that we were going to do it at his house. I never have either, but it was a great.
Ralph Finnefrock.
I wasn't
that
gonna,
right?
I wasn't gonna try to. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
I wasn't trying to
Pronounce
his
his
last
name.
name, but I did love the fact that this is what's special to me. That this many people that were on there last week knew about Ralph, knew about the program, and knew how much of a blessing it was. So I'm excited about that. That's fun to be a part of, and it was fun to be there.
You know, the Habitat
I'd never been there.
for Humanity. There's some, there's an investment. Ralph had to work in that.
Yes,
house.
that's right. He had to help build it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just such a great program.
It is a great
We're so
program.
blessed to have a community that's willing to do that for people.
People with huge
Fantastic.
hearts can do huge things, and that's one of them out there. Hi, John. How are you? I hope you're staying safe. Well, we have some prayers tonight, and I'm going to say a prayer here in a minute. There's a young man in Michigan. His name's Cody. They call it Teen Cody. He has been struggling with cancer and other things since he was really 18 months old. And I believe I've gotten two different ages. One person told me he's 8, and the other person told me he's 11. So I know he's a young kid, and he is having a lung transplant as we speak. And I have had people from Michigan reach out to me a couple times today to get him on some prayer change, and I thought, what a great opportunity for all of us to pray for Cody
Team
in
Cody.
Michigan, Team Cody. He's a strong young man that has just been through some stuff in his life. and he found some donors today for his, I believe it's his lungs. I know it's lung disease. I don't know if it's for
Thanks,
both
John.
lungs or,
He
yeah,
said
thank
he's
you.
praying,
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, John.
I think you're going to do a prayer.
I am going to
Gary.
do a quick prayer here because I want him to be lifted up. I want not only him and his energy and his strength, but I want his family to be lifted up with peace. While this surgery
This
is, I
happening
believe,
right now.
it's happening right now, and I
Yeah.
believe the surgery, they said, is 16 hours long. So this is an all-night thing. His friends and family need to be lifted up with strength and peace. The doctors that have to be in there doing this procedure, and also the donors. Someone lost a loved one to have these lungs for him, so we need to pray for them too. So I want to say,
Yeah,
a
Nancy
quick
says praying together.
Yes,
Let's do
thank
that.
you, Nancy. Thank you. So let's ready.
Yeah.
Heavenly Father, we ask you tonight to take a trip to Michigan. We know we're in Claremore, Oklahoma, praying for this young man that none of us have ever actually met. But he's struggling, and he's got a family that's struggling. We want to pick him up. We want to pick them up. We want to pick up the donors and their families. There's a reason. There's a reason that he's able to have this surgery. We want to pick up the medical staff, the nursing staff, the people that have invented the instruments to get this done. The anesthesiologists that have this young man's life in their hands also. Sometimes they get left out. And lift us up so that we understand what to pray, when to pray, how much to pray, and that the prayers come from our hearts and not just our lips. We love you, Lord, and we ask all this in your great name. Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Thank you
Awesome.
for being a part of that. This is Team Cody.
Yes,
Go
I
Team
think
Cody.
Sierra's asking, does Team Cody have a Facebook page? And I think so.
Yes.
And I think
I
it's-
have to get on my phone, but
Right.
yes, it does.
it'd be
And I think you can get on Team Cody
Team
probably.
Cody, and
He's in
it's
Michigan,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
he is.
Kira's got a guess.
Oh, she does
Guess
already.
the library.
But yes, he does,
Savannah.
and hi Savannah, and he needs all of us to pray. So
Yeah.
if you can put that on your prayer nights this week, if you can talk to other people about this, if you can put it on your Facebook pages, we're all involved in something. Just keep Team Cody in your mind, especially right now. It started an hour and a half ago. The surgery started, and I believe it's 16 hours. So we want to lift him up. Hi Tony, thank you Tony. For prayer. We have some other prayer requests too. We have the Williams family is really struggling with COVID.
That's Jody and Johnny.
Jody and Johnny and Jack, I think, had it. So let's
Jack's
keep them
good,
on
I
our
think,
strength.
but Jody and Johnny
Well,
are
Jack's
still
young.
struggling a little bit. Yeah, so lift them up in your prayer.
So yeah, let's hi Lauren. Let's lift them up. Also, Christy Richards' sister, Teresa, has got some job issues and some financial issues. Let's lift her up in prayer. We want to make sure she's, this life this past year has been really
For a
up
lot
and
of
down
people.
roller coaster for everybody.
tough.
Some it's affected, some it hasn't, but Christy's sister Teresa has. So let's lift her up. Frankie Long has a friend, Maria Randall.
Marilee Randall. Yeah.
Marilee Randall.
Suffering from
can't-
peripheral neuropathy.
There you go.
Doesn't sound good. I don't know
Yeah,
what
that
it
doesn't
is,
sound, but let's lift her up
we
in
are
prayer.
praying
She's
for
got
her,
some concerns.
absolutely.
And then, of course, Team Cody. So, man, I'm glad everybody's here tonight, and I appreciate all the prayers that are going out for all these people and Team Cody and the positions, and it's just awesome. So, we told you where we were last week. We're already seeing some guesses coming to where we are. This place actually. Ironic. We are
giving hints.
No, we are going to get the police call on us eventually.
Probably that might be kind of.
There is going to be a time where you're going to see lights flickering in the background.
We
It's
don't
gonna
do
be
anything
coming.
wrong.
I know that, but we are at places at night that are not open. And that will usually signal some red flags to
Maybe.
people. So that'll be the story of the week. Pastor Joe and his wife arrested for trying to do a video. But this place. I got to tell you, 2 years ago, I didn't know it was here. Maybe 3 years ago.
Oh, Rogers County Courthouse. That's a guess.
Oh, that's a good
Another
one.
guess.
No, Tony, I knew where the courthouse was. But, now I'm just kidding. Might be. That's actually a really good guess. I didn't know this was here 3 years ago. But something very special happened here a couple years ago that I hold close to my heart, and I can't wait till next week to tell you what that is.
John says the health
Department. That's a good guess too. So we got the courthouse, the library, and that so far. So
Oh, that's
shared
cool.
Team Cody with
Richard?
Amazing Grace. Oh, thank you, Richard.
That is amazing.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you so much for that. That's cool. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you,
I'm
Richard.
anxious for next week so I can tell you where we're at.
Trevor says Riverside Ford.
Riverside Ford. Riverside Ford. I don't even know what that means. Oh, that's where you and I might be going next or tomorrow to look at a truck for you. I think because I don't know. That's a. But
We're in
March
Claremont.
14th daylight savings.
Is that when it changes, Kim?
Oh, it is.
March 14th. So it will
We
be.
won't
There,
be-
That's what she's saying. We only have
Thank
like
you,
2
Kim.
more weeks.
Yeah.
No.
It will be
Yeah.
better if it's light out.
Yeah.
When
We
we're
won't-
sitting in front
it
of a
won't be
truck with the headlights on and closed businesses, and
Yeah.
it's been a little awkward. But this is going to be a good one. I can't wait to talk about it next week. So last week we talked about being the light of the world.
Larry Murray said the Will Rogers Memorial.
Oh, that's another good guess. Well, the main thing about this past weekend, and I said we were going to have it was going to be kind of a little bit of a play on what we were talking about. Remember I said last week during this Monday night that, there's all kinds of things to make light. Man, I had people bring me, if you want devices to make light, ask a hunter, a rancher, or an ex-military, and they will bring you some light making
kinds.
things. So I had a whole table set up and it was really fun. And the biggest part about that is there's nothing that makes darkness. There's no device. I Googled it, I Siri'd it, I did all this, Amazon Prime, and there's nothing that makes darkness except one thing. And that one thing was me. It's us. We're the only thing that can make darkness, and that's because we remove the light, which is what darkness is. And the whole message was, what do we decide? We are the light of the world. That's not up to us. But how brightly we shine is up to us. And what do we illuminate? And that was the question of the message. And there's a lot of great feedback in there. Do we illuminate God's real? God proved he was real with real blood, real death. The Bible and God's story isn't just a story. It's not a scenario. It's real. It happened. So do we illuminate on that? And it was a great subject to talk about. And I've got some great feedback.
And look, Richard says, be a road flare.
Well, yeah,
And
that
John
gets
Matlock
attention.
says, Eclipse of the Sun.
That's right. That's a good song too. Oh no, that's Eclipse of the Heart. Sorry, John, but that's good. Yes, it is. We have the ability to create a lot of darkness. We can never get rid of our light, but we can shadow it. We can cover it up. We can hide it in a cave for so only we can see by it.
Yeah.
And that's not why we're light. So that was a good one. And this week's, we're talking about clay vessels, people. We're talking about giving ourselves to the potter and clay vessels. Actually, I didn't do this on purpose, but in the message last week, I talked about, we're God's perfect light in not so perfect vessels. Well, this week, we're going to talk a lot about our not so perfect vessels. We're going to talk about our clay vessels that we hold as special treasure.
Yeah.
But they're not perfect. One of the examples that Ray used today in the meeting was a clay vessel that had a crack in it. It was defective, and he watered his garden with it, and everybody made fun of his cracked clay pot until they saw all the flowers growing in the path that he'd walked to his garden, because his clay pot,
Watering all
even
over.
as defective as it was still watering.
Yeah.
It was still doing its job. So we're not perfect vessels. We're never going to be perfect vessels, but we have the ability to be remolded. We have the ability to be made in God's image. We hold a treasure. It's not up to us either, but it is up to us how we share that treasure.
I saw on there that Susan Osborne needs prayer for a friend, Billy Pigeon.
Okay.
So we will pray for her and her other sister. Let's see, it says Tina has COVID and pneumonia. Gosh.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, Susan will be praying for them
Absolutely.
for sure. And sometimes a dim light works better than a bright light. Just saying. Oh,
That's
see,
true.
Richard said, ever try to blow out a road flare?
Yeah. No, never have.
That's what we need to be.
Yeah.
You're right.
Can't blow it out. Can't cover it up. Can't cover it up either,
No
Richard.
distinguish.
And I like Kevin's. Works
Sometimes
better
a
than a
dim
bright
light.
light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're right. That actually goes to the clay jars. which we're going to talk about Jeremiah and 2 Corinthians, and actually all the way back to Genesis, about how we are, we come from dust and we end up in dust. But somewhere in between there, God breathed life into us and created us from dust, and when we die, we turn back to dust. But in between those two times, we are made in His image, and He gave us a treasure, and that's Him, and it's up to us to share that, even when we're not perfect.
We're not perfect. Well, the other day, I was hanging out with a friend. This friend calls herself a Christian.
Oh, yeah.
But doesn't always act like it. Some days she's on fire for the Lord. Other days, life struggles seem to get the best of her. So, as our eyes met, I really wanted to say something about it to her. But I decided just to let the Lord speak to her heart, knowing that nothing I could say could ever possibly have the impact that the Lord making Himself real in her heart would make. So I prayed for her. And after some time passed, I winked at her and I walked away from the mirror.
That's deep. That's deep. How often do we wink at ourselves and walk away from the mirror because we know that we're not perfect?
We're not perfect. And I know that's been going around Facebook today.
I saw
think
you
we
posted today. I love it.
But it was just something I thought, when you were talking about that, I was like, that just is, it just makes sense. Yes, we're not perfect.
We're not.
But He still loves us.
Yes, He does. So what, you got other quotes?
I have some quotes from some people, which some things that were said last week or at the Saturday night service, and I thought it was just kind of cool. Nicole Monroe said, we can't put parameters on our faith and the faith that we share with others. She said, no limits.
No
Absolutely.
limits. No limits.
And, last week we were talking about salt, and so we're kind of moved on, but what Crystal McHugh said, being in the shaker, the salt shaker, is so restrictive. Mm-hmm. We don't want to stay there.
That's right.
And then Melissa Crawford said, even if you're salty, get out of the shaker.
I like that.
Good advice.
Doesn't do you any good to be salty in the cupboard.
And then when you talk about the light, Kevin Reynolds said, be a reflection of Christ's love to others this week. Be the fog in someone's storm.
Yeah, I love that. That's great, Kevin. Be the fog
really
in someone's storm. Wow.
Storm, yeah. And then I thought we talked a little bit about taking things for granted, and Judy Tucker said, I take things for granted, which we all do.
Oh, man.
She said, but 2020 has opened my eyes to what I had. Yeah. Super good. And
these are great.
I know. I mean, people are just so good. And Linda Turwart said, it's not who we are, it's whose we are, which I've heard Ray say that lots of times.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Linda.
Quote. And then Kim Holderby says, we make darkness. It's the absence of light. Yeah. So all good.
Very good. All
things,
good stuff.
You guys.
All good stuff.
So
we're the ones that decide how dark our room's going to be. We're the ones that decide if we get up every morning if we're gonna shine a light or we're gonna cover ourselves up.
Tony.
We all do that. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Nancy Phillips said, yeah, she likes your quote. Your quote was really good.
Well, I just copied that from Facebook, but I didn't make that.
But it's true. It's true for all of us.
It is true.
I winked and walked away from the mirror.
Yeah.
Strong stuff. Well, this week we're going to be talking about how we're broken vessels, but we still carry that treasure. We may be leaking sometimes. I'm going to actually probably use a lot of examples. I don't know what the right word is for it, but
analogies.
Because I'm in the casting business, have been my whole life. So, we have castings that I don't think Ray would let me pour iron in the church, but. I'd be better at that than preaching, but I still don't think he'll let me do it. But we were talking about it today, and there's a lot of castings. Hi, Anthony. It was great hearing from you last night, brother.
Yeah.
It was a lot. We ship a lot of castings with defects on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. A lot of castings, and we ship some that have defects that don't matter. We have to rework some of them, and there's some that have to go back and be remelted. And when you read in Jeremiah, and I'm gonna read from that teaching text. Well, it's one of the teaching texts this weekend. Is sometimes God crushes His clay and rebuilds us. Now, you've heard me say this, and I'm a true believer that God does not change us. God created us perfectly. What God does is gives us the ability to be remolded. He gives us the ability to come back to who He created the first time. God doesn't change us. We do that. And I believe that's what that scripture's saying is. We make it bad enough.
We change away from who we were supposed to
Yeah,
be.
we change. We change ourselves away from who God made, and He gives us the chance to be remolded, to come back to who He created to begin with. So, and that's what this is. We're broken. There's no arguing that we're broken. And Scripture will tell us very clearly who did the breaking, and that ain't God. That's us. So this message, I hope, will help me as I'm writing it, and all of you understand that we can be remolded. We can be repoured. We can get back to where God made us to be. That's a blessing from us. That's called His grace. And He did that with real blood and real death. So, yes, we miss you too, Anthony. I was tickled to hear you last night. I'm glad things are going well. We hope to get you singing again somewhere. You need to share that gift, my brother. Well, that's all I got tonight.
I think so.
We will see you this Saturday at 6 o'clock, Vessel Saturday Night Live. We got some great music planned. It's going to be awesome. He's in Kansas. That's right.
Kansas.
Stay safe up there, brother.
Yeah.
We love seeing all you guys. Again, let's keep all these people in our prayers, and let's keep the medical staff the next 14 more hours, I believe it is, for Team Cody in Michigan. Thank you for sharing that out there in your prayer times.
And you can still put prayer requests on this feed. We check this throughout the week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And keep praying for people anytime we see something.
Yep.
So I know sometimes we miss things as it's sliding up there. But,
it's hard to watch that as it's going and keep any kind of focus.
Yeah,
but
we always go back through it.
Yep.
So don't be.
We're all in this together, people.
Yeah.
Whether you want to be or not, we're all in this thing together. And we are going to we're going to get through this thing, and we're going to be stronger after it. And I see it already during it. So we love you. We will see you this Saturday 6 o'clock live. Yeah.
Make sure you comment so that we know.
Yeah, we know you're there. Yeah, we know you're there. Unless it's bad comments, then call Kenny. All right. We love you. We miss you. We'll see you this Saturday. And guess where we're at?
Yeah.
Nobody's got. Well, I can't say nobody's gotten it right yet.
Sierra was like, "I need more than just a glass door." She said that earlier.
Well,
so I don't.
Here, how about we do this? Let's do this. Is that better? Or how about this?
Oh, careful.
Oh, I can't go too far. Love you guys. See you Saturday, 6 o'clock.